Okay, we're ready to go now.
Okay, roll call. I am here. Ms. Kirk is here. Vinny is here. Scott is here.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Ms. Kirk, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All ayes. Board member communications. Scott, sorry.
I've had a wonderful summer. It's the best summer of my life. And I'm so excited that we're coming back to school this school year. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend either the new teacher orientation or the general session of the teacher orientation because I go to school back on Monday when you guys have your orientations on Monday and Tuesday. So I will be unavailable to come to those. So I'll try to make another day when I can come see staff and students. Other than that, thank you.
Ms. Kirk.
Thank you for coming. I'm glad you got the invite. Especially since August, no, I did say no. It doesn't seem like it's been a whole month since we've had a board meeting, but it has been, and it's been busy, although I have to admit I didn't really listen because I didn't have to do all that reading for a while. But anyway, thanks for coming. Hope your vacation's been great. I know we have to get back to work now. Thank you.
Thank you for being here tonight. Like Mr. Starkey could say, I probably spent this summer of my retired after 41 years, so I'm happy for that. Happy to get going. It's another school year. We're ready to go. And yeah, my sister got me that. Hit the ground running. We're going to get started, and glad to see everybody's here.
Just great to see everybody. I just need our candidates out here. That here in just a little bit. And hi, everybody. It's been gone for the summer. Okay. You all do your report and your CCA. I just thought I gotta ask.
And they could have tuned in something, I guess.
Members of the public can address the board on any items within the jurisdiction of the board by submitting presentation request to the secretary. Members of the public are strongly urged not to mention personnel by name and be reminded that if they do not have immunity from legal action in personnel party, the board may limit each speaker to 3 minutes or a total of 20 minutes per topic. People wishing to speak on items that are not on the board agenda will be called upon at this time. People wishing to speak on items that are on the board agenda will be called upon at the time the item is presented. Since the board cannot take action on any items that are not on the board agenda, such items will be referred to the superintendent for handling. And we have one request. I know you did. And I didn't know if I started. Sure. There's the end.
Yes.
Good. I can't find your request. Please do.
All right, so I'm Deanna. I'm with Rich Marie's house. I came to you guys, I think back in like March, April, back to school supply event, and we did go ahead and complete that. I just wanted to give you guys a little update. We were able to give out 53 backpacks to students in our area. I still have families coming to me, so I'm trying my best to get those out to everyone. I'm waiting on Tom Lackey to give me some donations next week to go ahead and fulfill those requests. Also, I wanted to just put a bug in your guys' ear for next year, for maybe around July, to go ahead and maybe do a huge event over here at the high school on the football field, if possible. If you guys would go ahead and sponsor it as a school event, I don't know if that would be possible or not. And we would have different vendors on board in different activities, kind of like a little carnival, to just have like a community party, I guess you can say, and give out school supplies and different stuff to just bring the community together. So I just want to put a little bug in your guys' ear.
Yeah, we'll be on the superintendent for that.
So I'm trying to get that plan so that I can
Yeah,
get
there's a high school
everyone.
principal right back there. So we, you know, we'll like start yelling at him.
Sounds good.
We'll put those bugs in his ears.
Okay, sounds good. But I just wanted to see, you know, what all you guys were able to go ahead and offer for that being as the venue for the event.
Sure.
And then I can go ahead with my volunteers and possibly the PTAs. If everybody wants to get involved and jump on board, that'd be great. Because right now I'm just me doing this.
I think if the PTAs went in on this, we would have to have legal involved because they're already in with us.
Yeah, I'll check on that.
So I'm just trying to get whoever I can to jump on board for volunteer work. Maybe do like concession stand stuff. If not, we can do barbecues and things like that because that's what I did. My church went ahead and opened up the doors to do the giveaway and it was great. Met a lot of different people, got to meet some of the kids in our local community. And I actually also got to help a lot of homeless families get into homes this school year.
That's great.
So we've done a lot of networking, tons of improvement with, you know, helping kids with school supplies, clothes, etc. I have other events going on as well, and I'll approach that when the time comes for those with you guys, if you guys want to jump on board with anything. But that's all that I have. I just want to give you guys updates with everything.
Thank you.
So, and I wanted to also thank everyone to, you know, allow me and my company to go ahead and do this. And thank you guys for giving me, you know, a letterhead letter to give out so that I can actually get donations. I really do appreciate that.
Mr. Superintendent, sir, can you answer those?
Yes, sir, there are some updates. And the first update is from Mr. Jim Quellman. Totally spaced out about the board meeting. I apologize to you and the board for missing tonight. Please let the board know that we'll be voting on the temporary agreement, the tentative agreement at our meeting on Tuesday, and the board can vote at its first meeting after that. Thank you very much. So that's from Mr. Jim. Just text me, let you know that.
That'd be hearsay though, wouldn't it?
Hey,
That would be hearsay.
I guess he hasn't been trained because I'm just doing what he told me to do. So I wanted just to update everybody on the construction stuff that went on this summer. We renovated the high school field, football field, and we also renovated the TMS field. We redid the floors of the RHS gym as well as the TMS gym, and we redid the bleacher seats on the home side in the RHS gym. We have created, or in the process of creating, a new bus drop-off lane and fencing for the Tropical Middle School. We also added an additional portable building at RES. We have 4 new buildings that arrived at WES. That will be operational by the start of school. We also added I guess you would call it almost like a catering tent. Tammy, you've seen it, right?
Yes, looks like a circus tent.
It's like a circus tent, or catering tent. Circus tent that we're using for shade for the RES students during the hot months. While construction's going on, obviously they have limited shade over there. And the footings have been poured for the first building at the Hamilton site, so and RES new school. So the first footings, that means the walls will be going up soon on the first building, and we're really, really excited about that. And we expect the Ascend expansion for the Ascend Academy here, the 4 buildings that will double its size to be done sometime around November 15th. So we're also really, really excited about that. We've been working really hard during the summer, and things are moving along pretty well. Teachers have been in training and stuff, and I have a special recognition award that I have to present. So. The award report says Certificate of Recognition and Appreciation awarded to Mario Gutierrez, trustees of Southern Kern Unified School District. Been named trustee from 2001 through 2016 for 15 years of distinguished service on behalf of public education in California and the schools of Kern County. So I want to give this to the board. Covered for that, so don't mess it up. And that's my report.
In that hall. Okay, interview of the applicants. Okay, Leah, come sit up in front.
You can separate those chairs if you want.
Yeah, you guys don't have to be elbow to
I
elbow.
mean, you know, you don't have to act like you really know each other.
Okay, what we're going to do is we've got a copy of your guys' applications, so we'll review those. Then we're going to ask you guys some questions, and each question will be answered by every candidate. And then when we get finished with that, we will discuss what we're going to do and go through it. We all need. Sandy, would you like to pick it?
Oh, sure. I'm the only woman on the board. Okay, the most important. First of all, thank you for applying. Okay, it takes a lot of thought and effort to do that. So anyway, thank you for that. Okay, my first question is kind of two parts. Okay, why do you want to serve on the Board of Trustees, and then would you run in November?
My kids, I have two kids that my son has gone to Rosamond Elementary since kindergarten, and he's now this year going to be in Tropico. My daughter started in second grade, and she is in her last year at Tropico. And my son last year was Rosamond's first student council president. So we've been involved with the school district, raising money with our schools, encouraging our kids to be active, and I want to give back what they've done for my kids. My daughter was 2 years now on the math league team, and for someone in our family to be good in math, but it is a good opportunity to use my background, knowledge, and skill to give back to the great experience my kids have had and are having in this district. And yes, I would run it.
I have 4 kids in the school here. I've been involved for a very long time. I graduated from here, and it's important to me what's happening in the schools and what is happening with our staff. And I want to be able to be supportive to both of them, to both sets of population. I've considered running in November. We discussed it as a family how that would impact our family, because I am the only one home in the family, and there's 5 children, only 4 in school now. But I felt like it was important, and I wanted to put my information out there and be part of it if possible.
For me, it's just going to be help to maintain and to be involved with the educational system for all the children, obviously. And I had registered to vote. To run. Yeah, to run. Went to the national office. Thank you.
What qualities and qualifications do you have to be an effective board member? Start with Anthony.
I've been the boss since I was 19 years old. I have been manager and general manager of multi-million-dollar companies. I've led teams, small staff and large staff. I have budgeted and forecasted income and expenditures in the millions of dollars and in the tens of thousands of dollars. I have fundraised for organizations and raised tens of thousands of dollars for kids' charities only. I've only ever been involved with charities for kids. Right now, I am a teacher in the Palmdale School District. That's sort of like a midlife career change. So I'm not the boss anymore, but except my, I think 33 kids this year. But I have experience in, you know, predicting income, projecting expenses. I've been doing that since I was 19 years old.
Although currently I'm a stay-at-home mom, my background is in early childhood education. And prior to being married and having children, I worked at the Foundation for the Junior Blind, where I oversaw a staff of 500, and we did camp for children with severe and special needs, and visually impaired as well. And it was my job to oversee all of that and the jobs that everybody did to make sure that those kids were kept safe and run the program for the whole summer, and then run our alternate program during the rest of the year. I also was on the founding board of Stella Charter Middle Academy in South Central Los Angeles when I first started, and that has grown to 3 campuses now. But like, I know what children need and the support that parents need, and I just feel like I have that background to be a support.
Me, I'm a retiree of Southern Kern Unified School District for 25 years. From being a volunteer worker to working in the district office. So I'm knowledgeable of what needs to be done at the district level. And also, as a parent, I have my children in school as well. And and so I just basically know I can make, be an asset to that.
Thank you. How do you define student success?
For me, in my classroom, it's effort. Not everybody's going to get an A. But when the teachers and the team and the staff are pushing students to do their best, then that's success. It may be better than it was last month, and that's a major stride for that student. So for me, it's effort. It's all effort as far as kids go forward. My students, my kids' own success, it's that they're doing what they want to do. And like I said before, my son ran for president. He was nervous, but he did it. And we helped a little bit, but it was all him. And so that was his sort of effort and result. And he's just grown as a kid. So instilling that type of behavior and learning in kids is
I would have to agree. It's not a test. It's the effort that the kids put in. They have to be challenged, and they have to do the best of their ability. And the teacher hopefully can recognize that, because I have a kid who busts his butt to get on the honor roll, and I have a kid who doesn't even have to blink and gets an A. So it's just the difference of the effort that they have to put in to make sure that they're doing their best. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a test that they take it and a grade on the paper. And if they're kind and respectful, I think that's successful as well. Because when you get in the real world, it doesn't matter if you got A's or you got D's. It's how you treat people and how respectful you are.
Absolutely. I felt that a student should be able to get along with society with other people, and to also be a good citizen. also feel that they should be able to manage the finances, probably their work, and then also to defeat challenges and to move forward whenever they challenge.
How much time are you willing to give to the job that needs to be done related to being a trustee outside of the scheduled board meetings?
Well, there is expected of the board itself, whenever time that you do some of the thoughts or whatever needs to be done. But I have the time for it, so.
I agree, whatever time it takes. I know as a parent, I enjoy seeing the board members at the school when they come for awards in the morning or they're there for the dances in the evening or whatever. It's just being involved and seeing the effort that the kids are putting forth for the school district and what they're doing when they're doing their dance competition at the fair, or I'm sorry, at the college, or all the different things that all the kids are doing besides the sporting events and those things. I think it's important for the community to see that the school board is involved in all those things. So I get excited when I see you guys out there, and I know that the kids do. It's important to them. They see your pictures. They see your pictures when they walk in the office. So
I haven't seen them throw darts at us yet.
my kids get excited when they see the pictures. Mommy, look. So I think that's important, and that's part of serving besides being here in this meeting and dealing with that.
My two kids are middle school kids, so they don't want anything to do with dad anymore. So I'm a workaholic. If I'm not, I don't watch that much TV. So I find stuff to do, read. So whatever the time is plus, that's what I would put into it. I worked to get my teaching credential. I worked a job 60 hours a week, and then did 30 hours a week getting my credential. And I got that whole program done, including practice teaching in 18 months. So whatever it takes, that's just how, I don't know how to start.
Please discuss your understanding of the relationship between the Board of Trustees, the administrators, faculty, staff, and students of the district. I can repeat that if you need me to. Yeah, okay. Discuss your understanding of the relationship between the Board of Trustees, administrators, faculty, staff, and students of the district. Maria.
Okay. You govern what is happening at the school. The administrators are not voting members of the board, but they put their input. And parents and the students are under all of that, and they can come to you with their concerns.
Okay. Yolanda?
As a board member, the decision is to make decisions on board policies and adopt policies, and then to forward that information to the superintendent and move forward with it and hold them accountable. I understand it, but I also feel like the board members should not micromanage the district, because I think we leave that to the superintendent and to staff yourself. So I know that's a difference, and then be available for the parents and the students to, if they have concerns or whatever, take it forward. And also being the main person to make a decision. I know it takes a whole team to make a decision. It's not just a one member by itself.
The board makes decisions and sets the direction for the district, supports the superintendent in executing those decisions. The superintendent sees that administration is also working towards the guidelines and what the board wants done and how they want it done, and is available for input from parents and hopefully students as well, to help you with those decisions.
achieve, you kind of answered this, but let me go over it again. What do you hope to achieve during your time on the board?
My experience with this school district has been really positive. So to just continue the positive direction that this district is moving in, and I mean, they just built 104 houses in front of me, and they're building 500 more across the street. And this lot back here just sold as well. And now they're advertising houses in Tehachapi because they can't build them fast enough. So this district's growing. And so to help the district grow while still keeping this small town that we care about, our kids and our families, that would be my goal.
For the kids for the schools to continue to improve, I know that having been part of the council at the school, or the school site council, just seeing the proficiency improve and just continuing to give the schools the support so they have the tools, so the kids can have those things to raise that improvement and to raise the understanding and all of those things, and to see the kids to continue to improve. And then just, ultimately finish high school and be successful, good, kind students whenever they're done here.
I would just like to see the educational portion of it, where they can be improved, be a help in that direction, and to see, to be available as well, whenever there's a meeting or whatever that could be said. But I know that it's important to share with their board exactly their goals and issues, and to be a help with them, to find that direction and the goals that we
How would you handle a parent calling you at home after work hours complaining about the district's report?
I would just listen and be a listener, and I would just try to help that parent and understand that I'm just one person trying to put on board with one of them. I can help them understand that I can't make a change. I can bring it up to the board and discuss. And that's how I would just help them try to understand that I just can't make that, change right away.
Since I asked for this, then if they call me, I would as well listen, compassionate listener, whatever their concerns are. As she said, there's not been one person really can do at the board level other than listen to the concerns and bring it up. But I would listen to what they had to say.
I would thank them for coming to me, and then let them know there's a way to voice that concern, and calling me at home is not the way to get that handled. That they can come here, make the grievance information, that there is the right way to get the story out. And if they aren't able to do that, then it must not be a valid complaint. If they can't come and go through the process, then complaining to me or other board members at home is not going to change it. Unless there's a direct way, unless it's something small. I know I have called on help from school board members in the past so that I could help in a classroom when things were changing, and we were able to make that happen. Because I was like, how are we going to do this? We had this plan with the teacher. We were able to make a way for that to happen. But, complaining about a faculty member or a staff member, there's a way to handle that professionally.
Community service have you been involved with, or are you involved in?
I'm involved with my church pretty much during the time. And I've also helped out pastor as a cousin. And so, besides before that, in my children's world, was a soccer coach, mom, and a baseball coach, mom, and everything else I needed to apply in order to get the team going. So, that's
I also am involved in my church. I'm the coordinator for MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers. We have about 100 women that we serve, we have children 5 and under. We also support Samaritan's Purse. We make Christmas, Operation Christmas Child Boxes every year with our children. We support CareNet, the Crisis Pregnancy Center that's here locally. And then my kids dance, and we go out and visit with the seniors at Christmas time with their dance studio and perform for them and visit with them, and just involved locally at the school level with the pajama fundraiser and the different things that they do. My kids love collecting the pennies for patients. Oh, I need money for my box, and like, oh my gosh. So, you know, there's all those things that are kind of built into school that that we do as a family, and then teach our kids about service as well.
I'm involved with the work that is done in our church. A friend, I'm not a member of the Rotary, but a good friend of mine is, and I kind of get caught up in, without joining, some of their fundraising and events. The PTA at the school where I teach, not really. The PTA here, it's always been on a night market for me, but we've done all the fundraising and volunteer work that's needed here at Rosamond. And I've coached AYSO. I'm waiting for that phone call to see if
You've been
I'm
calling you, bud.
No one's called me.
Oh,
Well, I've been
yeah.
out of the country.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They know if they need a coach, I will do it. So, no one's called me though. But I will coach if you need me to coach.
Change.
Talk to them after.
No, I'm fine. Let's see. What roles do ethics and values play in the job of a school board member?
Ethics and
Values.
it's number one. You have to be kid focused and budget focused, and your ethics and values play a big part in the decisions you make on both those fronts. So it's number one.
I have to agree, it's very important. And I think the community sees what your ethics and values are. And if even just whenever you're going about the election, they see what your tactics are and how you're portraying yourself. And I'll be willing to say that the community is seeing what your ethics and values are, and that's why you're still here. So I think it's very important. I think it's important to be honest. And sometimes making the right decision isn't popular with everybody, but you still have to stand by what's right and what's right by the kids and what is honest and ethical.
same thing too. I feel that we have to be confidential. It has to also use and to be respected through the community, and to hold as a standard. Guns, that's important. You know, having sex as well.
What do you believe is the most significant issue facing the district over the next 5 to 10 years?
I would say some of the finances. We got a lot of building projects going on. We have a lot of growth going on, which means more buildings for students, more money to pay more teachers because we're outgrowing West Park, obviously. We're getting more buildings. And by the time Rosamond is finished being built, I'm sure we're going to have to add some more trailers over there again. And so just to be conscientious with that spending and where you're directing it and what funds you're using is part of it. And then just Rosamond is still small. It's still a small town, even though it's a lot bigger than it was. And just to keep that community that Rosamond is known are in their schools. Just to keep that welcoming feel in our schools, I think that's so important for our children.
What do you believe is the most significant issue facing the district over the next 5 to 10 years?
It's the growth background, and it's what we need to that we just need to meet with parents and we need to go students, especially ones that are basically either, special needs. And so I just think that we need to be ready for any kind of growth. They're district ready, they have teachers ready, they have the training that they need to have to grow that is ready.
Is, for me, I think, smart growth, managing the increase in population, student population, but not making the mistakes that another district in the Allen Valley did, which was just grow fast with the money, and then when the recession came, they were in big trouble. So it is smart growth and knowing there's another recession coming, whether it's in 5 years or 10 years, and being ready for it and not growing so fast and that recession hurts staff and students.
How would you deal with another board member making inappropriate remarks in a public session?
That is a tough one. I think that's where your ethics and values come in. You have to be able to do the right thing, even if it's hard. And sometimes putting a hand on someone's arm if you're close enough, or this isn't the place for that, or maybe we can say this differently. I'm not sure what kind of comment we're talking about, but there is a way to kind of put that fire out.
I would also probably go on the website and just talk to the person, just see what's really going on and what the reason is why they're acting that way, and try and get into a positive direction. See, try to stay in it.
I would express a respectful disagreement, but not your mom, so I don't think I would be the one to admonish somebody if they said something, but I would make it known that I don't agree with what they said. I respectfully disagree in a sense.
Yeah. How do you handle the situation where you're the only board member who disagree with the district administration's recommendations?
Just have to take it with a grain of salt. This isn't my board. And if you have to go with what the majority is, that's why you have a board. So.
To disagree, with the board member, and I think it's respectful to also, know that your vote counts as well. I think that it's okay to disagree. It's okay to agree to disagree, is what I wanted to say. So, that's what
I think.
Everyone has a vote, everyone has a voice, and if I were to be the lone person, everyone, you would know why that was. I would articulately tell you why it is I don't agree, and you may not agree with my decision, but you would know exactly where I was coming from and why I was voting the way I was.
Thank you. Then the questions that were asked tonight have come about. So you will be, about the reading that you do is incredible. First thing, before we go any further, I want to thank everybody who has applied. This is a job that you will find is not the most popular job that there is.
Or rewarding.
Or rewarding. It is rewarding when you're standing there giving out things. You see all the kids that you have helped. But it is a long, tiresome job. You get to see both sides of the book and look at it people. will see, like you said, the recession side of it. There's hard decisions that have to be made. English property. So, with that, you guys want to do a roll call vote? How do you intend?
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion that we will appoint Anthony Devita for the position.
Right now, votes here.
Okay, motion.
We have a motion. I want to see if anyone else has another before we go to an actual motion.
Stay there for a minute.
Mr. President, I've already placed a motion on the
Yeah,
table, so
She's looking for a second.
I'm looking for a second.
Does anybody have a second?
A second.
Before we go, we have three very good candidates, and I hate to rush into just a vote. We have some.
According to our bylaws, Mr. President.
I know.
this is a first.
I know. We need to make. I just want to give everybody the chance to. Hear me out, I guess. You know, a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Nay. Okay. Anyone else?
Mr. President, we'd like to Yolanda Sanchez, open board position.
Motion. A second. Anyone? I'll take the second. Call for vote.
Nay.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
2-2. Anyone else?
Move we appoint Maria.
Motion for anyone second. Motion second. All in favor?
Nay.
Aye. You gonna get? That's kind of what I did, so everybody knows. And as we were asking questions, I was marking down who I thought had the best answer. And how I basically, you guys got a test. So we have three very good candidates. So everybody got 2 and 2 and 2. How are we gonna do it?
Can you go?
Yep.
Okay. How do you? More questions? Jack, you have?
You could ask more questions, or you can just keep doing a roll call vote, whatever you like to do, sir. Rather than motion vote, you can do a roll call vote. You can just keep waiting for each motion. Until somebody changes their mind.
Sandy, how would you run my house?
Well, I did what you did is, we're going through, I put down who had the best answers and, 1, 2, 3. Just, basically like that. And, I'll be truthful, I came up with Anthony, Maria, and Yolanda in that particular order.
May I say something?
Or am I out of order?
You're out of order.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Let me ask, I'm gonna ask one more question. How do you work with others to solve problems?
Last year I was grade level leader at my school, and my leadership and team building, we were selected as the only grade level to pilot a program for Palmdale School District. It was heavy data. 6 teachers, we all did a fantastic job to the point where Palmdale purchased the program and rolled it out district-wide. So in 3 months' time, I got 6 teachers, and get 3 people in a room, and 2 are going to disagree. 6 teachers working to a common goal to the point where we got the district to buy a program that was phenomenal. Building teams, working in groups, that's what I've done since I was 19 years old.
I think you have to, depending on if it's, public or if it's private, address it confidentially. I think confidentiality is important. I think you have to be calm. You have to be open and receptive to see the other side. But ultimately, you have to see what your goal is. Is it going to benefit the kids? Is it going to benefit the staff? I'm assuming it's that kind of conflict. What's going to be the best way to solve it? And sometimes it takes time to go around to make that happen.
I think what needs to happen is that each person needs to hear each other's opinion, and then just to understand where that person's coming from and try and get a conclusion. And most of the time, it should be for the student, whatever it's to benefit the student. Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions you want to ask? Sam?
Mr. President, I would respectfully again motion to appoint Anthony Devita as the vacant position on our board.
Motion?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the effort, everyone. This is a tough part of this job. I can tell you, I've been through this twice
I
now.
mean, everybody's so good. You guys all have great qualifications. I gotta say that this portion, we had to do it once before.
This was harder than that time,
It was.
honestly.
You guys are just have so much to offer that it's really hard to just pick one person.
I would even ask that all of you apply to be on the board or going to Bakersfield. And I know Yolanda, you already have, because I asked that when I was today. So I would ask that you do that and let the public decide.
Yes.
Because
It's only going to be.
this is just 5 members.
Right.
And as you saw, we didn't, yeah, sorry, 4, I'm sorry, 4 members.
He's a math teacher, so you
Yeah.
have to excuse him.
No, I teach it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's only 4 of us here, so I mean, we definitely have a lot of consensus from everybody respecting us to get up here just to begin with, but we can't speak for the 13,000 plus here in South Carolina. So.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Good luck.
State your name, please. Do solemnly swear that I will support
And I will support
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. President, item D is review and approve the conflict of interest code, board bylaws 9270 and education 927, exhibit 9270. I make a motion that we approve the policies as stated.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Starkey, seconded by Ms. Kirk. All in favor?
Aye.
You get to say aye or nay.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Mr. President, in regards to the adopted resolution 16-17-01, conflict of interest code in accordance with Political Reform Act of 1974, I'd like to make a motion to approve it.
Motion by Mr. Starkey. I will make a second on that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Consent items, does anyone have anything that has to be pulled separate?
I need to abstain from
I was going to say, what was that?
Before, I would like to have a discussion on item U, to approve the RHS Leadership Team Building and Camp Act Code, August 26th through 28th in Foskin, California. Why are we doing this?
This is the ASB would like transportation to take the leadership team of the ASB to Fawnskin. They're going to fundraise for themselves. The expense is not for the actual camp, it's just the expense of the district would be the transportation.
So this is for ASB, not for leadership.
Yes, for ASB.
But I'm thinking RHS Leadership, that's the principal, vice principal, and the vice principal. So you're talking actually students.
Student leadership, sir.
Okay, that I will approve. Has there anybody made a motion yet?
No, because we were
Okay.
waiting to.
I will make a motion for consent items A through U.
Oh,
You being personal.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, kind of jumping up.
Scott.
Scott made the motion. So, we need a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Did I hear 5?
Yeah,
Yes.
I heard it.
I would like to have employee number 1567 tabled until a further date. As that it was on one of our papers and not the other one. I don't know if this is actually a position that's going to be occupied at this present time, because it was on one of our papers and not the other one. So I was kind of in conflict with that. And also, I don't believe that we've given this position enough time to be potentially more candidates been able to apply.
I'd like to identify what
Seeing that this is personnel, I'm sorry, but we cannot discuss the person.
yeah, I'm gonna vote no. We've already been through this. We went through this, and,
Okay.
The, you made a motion to table.
Yes.
oh, wait.
Do we have any second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can we,
Nay?
Nay.
I was gonna say, can we have
That's right.
discussion first?
Yes, we
Yeah.
have discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I seconded it is because I had noticed, what Scott had noticed is that on our paperwork that we got that actually has the names on, so we know what we're talking about,
Right.
was not on there. Actually, there was 2 people that weren't on there.
Right, we got a revised version in
Today.
closed session.
we got a revised version today
Right.
during our, yeah, okay. But I'm going by what I already knew, okay?
There a problem with?
And, well, okay, and so, in our packet, this one was on there, obviously. But, and just going by what's on here is just, it just, it doesn't look above board to me because of what's, and it's kind of hard since it's personnel for me to say, because of what's transpired in the past with the board and what is coming up in November. I don't know how to say that without being,
Right.
I'm just asking this to be tabled until.
I mean, that's,
We've got.
that was my
school starting
first-
next
I
week.
understand.
I don't see
So-
it necessary to table.
That's,
This is already a position that's getting paid. This person has already gotten paid in the previous year
So then why are we tabling something that's already?
because this is for a new position.
Correct. Now, we advertised it,
Was advertised.
and.
How many
then-
people applied?
We do have almost 10 people apply.
Is there no way we can see those applications? We take a quick recess.
Sure.
I motion that we take a recess.
Second.
Any seconds?
I did.
Oh, you did.
All in favor for
Aye.
recess?
We're going to recess to look at the application.
oh, all in favor?
Yes. Aye.
I, yeah, I'm sorry, I was,
Reconvene. Closed session.
One second. All in favor?
Aye. D17. Mr. President, in regards to the table motion, I'd like to extend my motion of tabling employee number 1567, and instead I'd like to move number 1567 to a separate vote. And then I'll make a motion to accept all personnel except for number 1567. I'll make a motion.
Motion on the table, on the floor. Second?
second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. You too. I'll make a motion for all the personnel as written, except for 1567. Motion. Second?
I just did that.
And we
Okay.
And it passed.
So you're just making a motion for 1567.
Now you need to make just.
Make a motion for 1567.
Oh, wait, there was a misunderstanding.
Yes. Let's back that up.
Okay.
No, we
All
need to read.
personnel
Except
except
number 1567. I made the motion. Ms. Kirk seconded.
seconded.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye. Five
Aye.
ayes.
Oh, I have to abstain.
Oh, that's right.
I have to abstain.
Oh, you have
That's
to
fine.
abstain, that's
4-1.
right. You got like 29 people on that list or something, right?
At least 30.
Now,
Okay.
for personnel, 1567. I'll make a motion to accept the position. Second?
Second.
Okay. I made a motion. Mr. Otis seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Nay.
2-3, or I mean 3-2. Motion passes. No, I am tired. Okay. We go. William Settlement. Ms. Hargis.
Okay, Williams Settlement, so this is something that we have, at the beginning of each school year, it's started in the state of California many, many years ago, and it's a result of some lawsuits where parents sued school districts because they didn't have sufficient facilities or sufficient textbooks, and they did win. So the state of California and the different counties, so the county will be coming into the school district, and we have Rosamond elementary and the high school are on the 15th of August, and then at West Park and Tropical will be the 7th.
215.
And so what they'll do is they'll have two teams, they'll have a facilities team, and then they will have a curriculum team, and they will look at everything at each of those sites, and then they'll give a report. We always do very well. Last year we had a discrepancy in our science at kindergarten that we have like that, so we don't anticipate any issues this year.
No, they have all the stuff to build new rockets. Yeah. You'd be surprised what we have at the elementary schools. Thank you.
Okay, so this year we are implementing an actual visitor management system, and the software and hardware is called Raptor. So basically, what is a visitor management system? It's a computer network to monitor and record visitors to your sites. Right now we use paper and pencil, so we're moving away from that. It makes it more simple to streamline visitation. The company we're using is Raptor. They've been in business since 2003, and 15,000 locations throughout the country use their technology. They've identified over 10,000 registered sex offenders attempting to enter school campuses throughout the time they've been in business. So how does it work? So let's say this is the school desk, the visitor desk. These guys are trying to get into school, visit the campus. They'll need to present a government-issued ID, and it must have a barcode, whether it's a driver's license, a state-issued ID, a military ID, or a Mexican consulate ID. So the identification is scanned at the desk, and within 5 to 10 seconds, it checks the sexual predator database, and also we will be able to create our own database with whatever information we'd like. So it's scanned, and the database is updated weekly by Raptor. It's a private database that they have, and all 50 states provide this information, so their database is updated weekly with the information from the 50 states. In addition to the sex offender database, we could flag for custody issues. Working with the sheriff's office, we could get warrant information. Pretty much anything we think is necessary to flag visitors. So if a visitor is okay, they don't get pinged on the database, a visitor pass is printed, and it's as simple as a click of a button. The pass is printed at the desk. It's like printing a badge or printing a label at your desk, but it's a badge. And it will pull the picture of the person from their ID, if there is a picture, the time that the badge is printed, and where they're visiting. So he's visiting the cafeteria and the school site. So if the person is pinged on the database, the secretary has the option of clicking the button, and instantaneously it sends a text message and an email to our preloaded telephone numbers and email addresses, and that could be the local sheriff, that could be the school administrator, that could be everyone and anyone we want. And that person who is trying to visit the campus, they won't know that. There's no alarm or anything. It's all on the secretary's side. So, of course, there are false positives. It's inevitable. But what the database is checking is name, first name, last name, and date of birth. So false positives happen, but it's very few and far between. So in addition to the visitor badge, secretaries will have the ability to print tardy slips, and that information will integrate with Aries. It'll sync overnight, so they don't have to log into Aries when the child comes to the office. They could just do it through the Raptor system, and it'll integrate overnight. Volunteers can be managed through the system as well. So a volunteer comes to the site, they can check in at the front desk. and the secretary could check the database again for the volunteers' status. Even though we do require all volunteers to go through our own, go through the live scan system, they could also get checked every time they come to a campus.
I got a question. It's going to be doing a tardy slip.
Right.
Now, does that also go off the student ID that we print out?
No, the tardy, so there'll be two printers, one that prints badges and one that just prints documents. Same size. The tardy slip will be just a document. It won't have the student picture on it, but it'll have the student identification information on it.
Right, if you're going to give them a tardy slip so they can go to class.
Right.
It'd be kind of neat because they can use their own, because every kid has to have a badge.
Right. You know, I'll have to check into that to see if it.
Well, no, elementary, I don't believe the teachers give them to them in the lower grades. They're just kept in the room, so they wouldn't be able to do that anyhow.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work for them. I mean, in high school it could work, but
If
if
they have a bus thing, they have a badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Even
they're
in
not-
elementary.
again, how many kids don't ride the bus?
Aries, generally there is a picture for every kid, every student in Aries. So we'll have to look to see how we could pull that information.
They just kind of give me a thought.
Yeah. And finally, we can assign, we can take pictures of parents and upload their information for each student to know who's authorized to pick up a student. That's nice. And that's basically the Raptor system. It's a really simple system to really control our campuses.
It's almost kind of like the TSA. When you're going board, you're playing, you take your driver's license.
It's
Oh,
much.
yeah, you got to go over there.
Much less painless,
Get online.
There's no cavity searches.
Question. If someone scans their driver's license, what happens to that data later?
So when a driver's license,
Are you keeping it? Are you storing it?
we don't store it. It's in the Raptor database. But what is kept is the name and the last 4 digits of the driver's license. So if you go visit the school again, they can type in your name, and you don't need to give your ID again, and it'll check the database again. So every time you visit, you get checked on the database.
But you're not collecting data on all our visitors
No,
by your company.
just the name, and yeah, that information is in basically our database that Raptor controls. So in terms of like clearing that information, it's there. It's not going to go anywhere. And we're able to generate logs of who visited the site whenever we want, basically. So if I'm the administrator of the campus, I can log in and see who exactly is on my campus at that moment.
The ability of things.
The security is that the Raptor controls the system. There's no software that we install on site. It's a
closed system.
Yeah.
Maybe a closed system.
So we log in to their website and use their database. There's nothing on our end.
Okay, so when the person comes the second time and they type in their name and they're going to print the badge again, it's going to have their picture on it? So
Yeah.
that they'll, okay.
It'll pull the picture.
Okay, so they know that that's the real person.
Right.
Okay, good.
When is this going to be implemented?
I just got them delivered to my office this week, so I'm going to go around installing it, and we should have it ready by the first day of school.
Are you going to be showing how to work it to all
Yeah.
office admin?
Yeah, we're going to do live webinars.
Okay.
I did it online in 5 minutes. You basically understand how it all works. It's incredibly simple.
Don't go that far.
Okay.
I couldn't take that.
Excited for the opportunity.
Change your mind on that.
Never held an office before, so.
Good. Good. But how many years have you been in the district?
We've lived here just over 6 years.
6 years.
So my son started kinder here, and now he's in 6th grade.
I see.
My daughter, second, and now she's.
And where did you come from?
I've grown up here. We moved
Oh.
away. My wife's Canadian, so we moved to Canada for a short time to help
Oh,
her
I
family,
see.
and then we moved back.
Oh, I see.
You
I
can't
see.
get out of the Antelope Valley. You can try.
Once you're here, it's a nice place to live.
End up back here.
Now, you said that you worked in business. In what industry?
Consumer electronics and appliance.
Ah, okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
So I was the general manager for Duke and Slim's TV, and we were the president of the national buying group. So
sure. So you've had you cut your teeth on dealing with the public.
and major corporations. And,
Sure.
like I said in the interview, budgeting and
Yeah.
finance and all that.
Yeah.
So,
Good. Well, good. I'm glad you brought your credentials and to Southern Kern Unified.
thank you very much.